Chapter 59. Oh, the human pig looked confused. I don't understand what you mean. Old Elvie was also puzzled. Kid, what are you talking about? Is there a foolproof method for this game? I wouldn't say it's foolproof. Tijan shook his head. But the pig games are definitely not just about luck. They are entirely based on probability. What do you mean? Old Elvie scratched his head. No matter how you distribute them, there are 50 black and 50 white pieces, which means the probability of picking any piece is 1/2. Is that so? Tijan shook his head non-committal. It's precisely this point that makes the game seem more luck-based. Old Elvie leaned closer and whispered in Tia's ear. The first time, I separated the black and white pieces. As long as I could pick the bowl with the black pieces, I'd win. Unfortunately, I lost. The second time, I evenly distributed the pieces into 2 bowls, but still didn't pick a black piece. My luck was just terrible. Old Elvie stroked his chin and continued. If you think about it, if I break the ratio and have different amounts of black and white pieces in each bowl, it would actually make it less likely for me to pick a black piece. So, there's no way there can be a foolproof method. Tijan nodded. It's impossible to guarantee a win in this game. I can only try to increase my chances of winning. Do you have a way? Tijan didn't respond but turned to the human pig. I'm ready. Let's start. The human pig grinned and extended his hand in a gesture of invitation. Let's begin the distribution. Tijan glanced at the 2 identical bowls and then at the black and white pieces that felt and looked the same. He silently grabbed a handful of pieces and placed them into one of the bowls. Old Elvie watched Tijan intently, unsure of how he planned to arrange the 100 pieces. Tijan kept picking up pieces and tossing them into the bowl, as if you weren't even counting the black and white pieces. Hey, is this okay? Old Elvie asked hesitantly. Shouldn't you count how many you've put in? Tijan remained silent, continuing to toss pieces into one bowl. Old Elvie and Lin Jing exchanged glances, both perplexed by Tia's actions. Finally, Tijan lost all the pieces into one bowl and stopped. Seeing this, the pig man grew agitated. Hey, that's a foul. You have to distribute them into 2 bowls. I know. Tijan nodded. The distribution isn't finished yet. With that, he took a black piece from the bowl and tossed it into the other bowl. My distribution is done, Tijan said, looking calmly at the human pig. What? The others present looked stunned. What kind of distribution method is this? One bowl has 1 black piece, and the other bowl has the remaining 99 pieces. Old Elvie stared at the 2 bowls on the table. His pupils shifted. After a long pause, he finally spoke. Clever. Very clever. He understood Tia's strategy. Originally, no matter how old Elvie distributed the pieces, the optimal distribution would lead to a 50-50 chance in both bowls. He could ensure he had a 50% chance of picking a black piece. But Tijan had broken that balance. He turned one bowl into a guaranteed win for black pieces while keeping the other bowl's chance of picking a black piece as close to 50% as possible. Since he had to randomly choose one bowl from the start, Tijan was very likely to pick the bowl containing the black piece. He wouldn't even need to pick from the bowl. He could win outright. Even if his luck were bad and he picked the other bowl, the chance of picking a black piece would still be close to 50% after all. It would be 49%. He effectively added a hidden layer of insurance to his chances of winning. The human pig's expression darkened. The eyes behind the mask turned cold. Are you trying to outsmart me? The human pig's tone changed, sounding less childish and more cunning. Outsmart you? Tijan found it amusing and raised an eyebrow. Everything I've done doesn't violate the rule, so how could it be outsmarting? The human pig pulled out an eye mask from his pocket and slowly handed it to Tijan. I know a lot of clever people, and most of them have terrible luck. Took the mouse. I can't argue with that. After all, clever people rarely rely on luck. But in the end, we are gambling, the human pig said in a low voice. What's most important in gambling is good luck. You may be clever, but how's your luck? I don't know, Teasure replied. But we'll find out soon. Slowly, he put on the eye mask and rested his hands on the table, not moving. The human pig took the two bowls and started shaking the pieces inside. This rule was originally designed to counteract some cheaters who would place white pieces at the bottom and cover them with black pieces for easier picking, but now, for KXIA's strategy, this rule completely lost its effectiveness. The human pig knew that no matter how he shook the pieces, this man would choose wisely without hesitation. After all, he had already done what he needed to do. Now, he was ready to leave everything to his luck. With that thought, he casually shook the bowls again, mixed up the pieces, and repositioned them on the table, one on the left and one on the right. Hey, which bowl do you want to choose? The human pig asked. Your left or your right? Bai Tisha paused for a moment, then said, Left. I choose the left. Lin Jin and old Delphi both froze, feeling a sense of dread, because the bowl on TXIA's left contained the 99 pieces. The human pig's eyes suddenly lit up with a glimmer of excitement. Very well. Now please choose a piece from that bowl. With a hint of mockery, he pushed the bowl toward Tisha, as if eager to see him fail. TXIA's lips curled into a slight smile. Aren't you eager to test my luck? This bowl is perfect for that. WHA the human pig was stunned. You know this bowl is wrong. Something like that. Tisha slowly reached his hand into the bowl and said, choosing between left and right is just like playing rock, paper, scissors. It seems like an even probability, but human thought always introduces bias. What do you mean? Old Delphi asked. Puzzle. Most people tend to place scissors first in rock, paper, scissors. The probability isn't actually balanced. Tisha explained. Choosing paper opens up your palm, creating a sense of insecurity, while rock makes you clench your fist, which subconsciously feels oppressive. So scissors becomes the most moderate choice. The same goes for choosing between left and right. People's subconscious tends to think left is safer. After all, most people are right-handed, and they often use their right hand, so the chance of injuring their right hand is much higher than their left. Thus, when choosing a safe direction, they're more likely to choose left. Really aren't he an ordinary person? The human pig said. No need to flatter me. You understand this reasoning too, Tisha replied. Placing the 99 pieces on my left side accidental. Can